Good morning! 10 minutes until we pick up Isaac. She is playing away at my phone. Yep.
If I fall under the surface, under the surface, I will flip it.
It's been almost 40 minutes. They've been doing crafts.
My hands are dirty.
Did you enjoy learning how to cross stitch?
Okay, then.
After I dropped Ayla off, I just brought some books and my iPad. So every day I try to do at least an hour of practicing, or even 30 minutes, whether it's when Ayla's in nursery or when I go to bed, or if I wake up a little earlier. With drawing, your hands have muscle memory, and so the more you do something, the more it becomes more natural too. Anyways, as I was practicing, I was listening to a podcast and it's about fear, and I wanted to share with you guys. Obviously, you know, we've been unpacking a lot about limiting beliefs. When we have limiting beliefs, it's all due to fear. So the podcast was from a girl called, I wrote her name down, Elizabeth Gilbert. So she wrote a book all about how to unleash your inner magic, you know, how to live a creative life. Every time we start a new venture, a new idea, or project, it begins with inspiration, and inspiration, it feels amazing, right? You feel exhilaration, you feel excitement, but really soon after, usually what you do feel is fear. And the reason lies behind the fact that creativity lives in the recent evolutionary part of the brain, whereas fear is the deepest evolutionary cortex of the brain. Because if you think back to like way back, like millions of years ago, fear was what kept you alive, right? It gave you that fight or flight response. Back then, cavemen stayed inside their caves. They did all they can to prevent themselves being mauled to death by some animal. So when your brain hasn't done something before, the fear tells you to shut it down because you don't know the outcome, right? And she mentioned how it's kind of like, you know, the troll that's trying to like protect the gateway, and the troll was like, you shall not pass. To keep you safe, it tells you not to do it, not to have a creative life, because you never know. And so, you know, in life, it's normal to be in a constant dance with fear. What do we need to do? We need to establish a loving conversation between the creative and fear mind. So when she says creative, it doesn't mean like painting. She just means having ideas. It isn't to turn fear away. You choose to see love instead of fear, which goes back to lately. You know, I mentioned that for 2022, my goal is to see love instead of fear. We will always deal with fear, whether people admit it or not. We need to work with fear, through it and around it. And when you try to dig deeper and understand it, fear just wants to be heard. What I did was I sat down one night and I said out loud what my fear was. I had a conversation with it, and I got to dig deeper and realize why I felt that fear. I thought about all the things that could go wrong, but then, you know, when I look at it with love and I have a loving conversation with it, my response is, okay, you're thinking about the things that could go wrong, but there's a lot that also could go right. There could be so much in this experience you can learn about yourself. Whether you get into this new venture or not, you're going to unlock so many things. This is a difference between right now, end of January, and beginning of December.
Hush.
Okay, sorry, I'm just listening to a podcast. It's just so good because you get to do something and build the inner you, and you build yourself. That can only help every aspect in your life, whether it's your career, your relationships with people around you, understanding yourself, how you see the world. Anyways, I'm taking these rollers off. They're quite good. These are the my camera's sitting on top of it, but it's the Remington, I think they're called the Pro Lux rollers. I just can't be bothered to like uncurl my hair. So what I've been doing is at night I would put these curlers on, and they would obviously come off really curly, and when I wake up they drop nicely. So then I have great hair when I do school drop off. So I decided to do it today so it would fall nicely. So hopefully later on you will see how bouncy the hair will look. So yeah, it only takes like 90 seconds to heat up, and you literally just keep it in your hair for like 5 minutes. Okay, so they're all off. So what I do next is I just use a comb and I brush it to soften it. It's gonna look a bit crazy, but yeah, I just wait a little while and I let it drop. This is what it looks like right now. I think it's been an hour and a half, under 2 hours. And you can see my hair has dropped a lot. And it just has a very nice, bouncy, natural, like voluminous look to it. Okay, I don't need back support, so I'll be drying for the next about an hour to go. I want to talk to you today, guys, on how proximity matters. When you guys think about, you know, the people that you surround yourself in life, because I do think it is true when they say proximity is power. Who you surround yourself matters. If you surround yourself with people that gossip all the time, chances are you're gonna gossip all the time. I don't know about you, maybe some of you guys aren't fully satisfied with where you are in your life. So at this point, it's quite a good idea to take a look around you. A lot of times it's your peers that sort of like set the bar. The point is, if you want to elevate your life, in whatever direction it is, so then you need to surround yourself with people who are succeeding in where you want to be. If you have close contacts that could be great mentors, that's amazing, but I understand for a lot of people it's really hard to get the access to them, and times like this it makes me feel so thankful for the internet. Like, there is no better time to learn than now. There's so many conferences you can take, there's so many podcasts, there's courses that you can take online, there's webinars, books, there's so many things that you can actually learn online to elevate yourself. Second, I talked about this before, and it's emulating their behavior. You know, there are people who like the idea of something, but they're not really prepared to go through what it takes, the steps. So if there's someone that you admire, instead of focusing on what they have and where they're at, you should focus on how they are. So for example, if you look up to Michelle Phan, think about what Michelle Phan might do when she wakes up in the day and how you might emulate that. It's not always what you have, it's who you become, right? Can you see the stripes in my carpet? I didn't know it was a thing. Yay for boyfriend valet service. We just got back from the vet. Had to take Chubby because the medicine that she was getting wasn't really helping her, and she was still all like scabby all over her body. I tried putting a top on her so she wouldn't scratch and Dama wouldn't be licking her scabs all the time, but her skin just seems really irritated. She's in discomfort, so I hope the new meds will help her. Also, I hope you guys haven't found me sharing all the things that I've been taking in too annoying. I remember a long time ago reading that if you want to learn something, the best way is to teach it. Recently I've read something on Instagram and it said, don't just like a post, don't just save it. Try to like summarize it and say it to your friends, and that will lock it into your brain more. It locks in me more, and also I hope the advice helps you guys, and I encourage you guys to do the same. Summarize it and share it with your friends. This month has really been a breakthrough month for me. Some of you guys know that like I have just always been used to getting nightmares, between 1 to 7 nightmares a night, and it wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary, but in January, past couple weeks or even few weeks, I don't think I've had a nightmare, which has been so wonderful. You know, I think I've unlocked something in my brain. The things that trigger you, the things that you try to avoid, usually there's a deeper meaning to it. And I think a lot of us don't like to be told this, me included. One day it just clicked And it's having that loving conversation with your fear, saying, I hear you, I hear you, I see the experiences you've been through and they have been hard and you've worked so hard and I'm so proud of you. We will find a way together, and the way we find a way out is that you and I need to work together. You can have those feelings, but let's not dwell on those. Let's move forward together. I wouldn't say I was lost before. I felt lost, but I wasn't lost. It was more of like I felt stuck. I understand that like there will still be tricky days to come and to navigate, but I will know to remind myself. I will choose love instead of fear. I hope the things that were talked about here in today's vlog helped you guys as much as it helped me, and I look forward to seeing you guys very soon.